Hello, this is Shannon Wright. I wanted to go over a recent issue that I had trying to print to an HP laserjet printer over the network using my Ubuntu Linux 18.04 distro. I installed one of the latest versions of the HP lib file from HP. The one that I installed was HP lib-3.19.3. Previously, I'd had HP lib-3.18.12. Both of those would actually see the printer, but every time I tried to print from within my Linux desktop, it would basically say that it could not print. There was an error. Did this repeatedly, even though I could see the printer, connected to it over the network. I actually was able to print from a Windows PC. So I knew it was live. I knew there was no problem with printing to it. It was just the problem that I had with the HP lib files that I had used on Linux. I was able to scour the internet until I came across a post that was on an HP website, support website. It was the HP Community Printers, Print Drivers. The title of this one is Printer is Not Printing on Ubuntu 18.04. And again, that's the distro that I'm running. That's the version that I have on mine, the 18.04. Mine is actually 18.04.2. So I have the latest one with regards to the long-term support version. This particular article referenced the HP lib version that they were running on was 3.18.10. And again, the one that I have is the 3.18.6 was the last one that I had tried. Or 3.19.3, sorry. 3.19.3 was the last one that I had tried. In this article, it basically talked about pretty much the same thing, that they had installed it. I have my HP laserjet in my upstairs living area, and it's connected to my router. And I know it's accessible because I can browse to it. I can see it from my Windows PC. I just couldn't print to it from my Linux box. So in this article, it talks about the 18.04, which was my distro. And I just scroll down and, reading the information, what files they had and what they had tried. And the resolution for this particular one is to downgrade and use an earlier version of the HP lib file. The steps in this article, they manually removed the HP lib. They removed did a sudo rm-rf on the user share HP lib, also on the etc HP, and also var lib HP, and the ~/.hp lib. I will put a link to this particular article in the show notes for this, so that you have reference to this. After they removed that, then they basically downloaded the earlier version, 3.18.6. Gives you a link to this in this article. Downloaded that. I switched to the directory that it was downloaded into. I basically made the file executable using chmod +x on the file. Then I executed it, and it runs in a terminal window. You just follow the prompts. I went with defaults for everything. I'm not going to go into detail on the different ones. That could possibly be another show if I wanted to do that. And then it also installed an HP plugin, which I'm not sure what this one does. I need to research that a little bit more. But I went ahead and just followed the steps because this article had the same issue I did, and I wanted to make sure that I was following exactly what they did. After doing that, I went into the device manager, added a new printer. It's on a network. I basically gave it the IP address. It found my HP laserjet, and I was able to connect to it, and it had no problems at that point. I then went into LibreOffice or Writer, went into a file, and basically tried to print it, because I had been trying to print a PDF file, and I was always getting an error using that earlier version. So once I downgraded to this version, and I went into the PDF and I printed to my printer that I had listed on my network, and it printed right away. Another thing that this HP laserjet that I have, it's a multi-purpose, so it has scanning capabilities as well as fax. Now, I don't have it hooked up to a fax machine or a phone line, but I do occasionally need to scan items in. So I went into the device manager. I see that my HP laserjet is listed there. One of the options is scan, and I'd never performed a network scan before, especially with Linux. So since it was here and I knew that it printed, I went ahead and tried that as well. So within the device manager, I basically selected my printer. I clicked on the scan option for under the actions tab, and it scans for devices and it finds it. Here you can set your different parameters. If you want it color, if you want it grayscale, different scaling options that you want. And then down at the bottom, it has the scan button. Well, I was thinking, well, I can try it. I don't know if it's going to work because I've never gotten a remote scanner to work. So when I hit scan, and it worked a few minutes, and then all of a sudden my scan happened, and it viewed it on my desktop, and I was actually able to save that and send that out that I needed to. So again, this was all related to not being able to use the HP-lib version that I had, continuous errors every time I tried to print, downgraded to an earlier version of the HP-lib file on my Linux box. Once I did that, scanning and printing has worked flawlessly. So hopefully this will help people if they run into this. I plan on upgrading my Ubuntu version. Currently, I'm going to stick on 18.04 for a little bit longer, and then I will upgrade. Hopefully at that point, either the latest version of HP-lib will work, or I will try these steps again for the downgrade of the version. Hope this helps everybody, and hope you like it. Thank you.